if you go on Amazon right now, the Amazon overall pick for a new home router is a TP-Link router. TP-Link routers have been used as funnels for Chinese hackers to launch these attacks on critical infrastructure. Why are they coming through home routers? They're coming through home routers because if you are an operator at a water treatment facility and you see some traffic coming from a home in Indianapolis, you're not going to think it's suspicious. You're definitely not going to think it's Chinese hackers, state-sponsored hackers, right? So it gives them some plausible deniability, but it's really it's critical Americans understand how they're pulling off some of these attacks.
I had a couple questions, Nicole. So if Trump hadn't said that about the China virus, which turned out to be true, but if he hadn't said that, you don't think they'd have this capability, right?
They would have done it anyway.
They would have done it, then why mention it?
So I mention it because anytime we've had escalated rhetoric with China, the spying has picked up, the activity's picked up. And the only reason I mention it now is because now, with tariffs, we're in one of these periods where tensions are escalating and we're likely to see more activity.
Right, because now I'm even more angry because not only was it probably lab generated, but when they shut down their certain flights one place but didn't at other place. Now it's not just, it came from there. Now I'm wondering if they did all they could to stop it from coming here. That's being nice versus actually exporting it. The other thing that got me was, you don't think that they'd like to do this just in general? It has to do with a contingency plan for when they move on Taiwan. Don't you think they'd like this in their pocket just because we are...
It would be an act of war. Does China want to have...
I understand that, but it could be anything. They want this capability just because we are in a race for global hegemony with China. So
it's a big pivot here, though, is for the last decade, we didn't see them in our infrastructure. We started seeing them coming for some companies like Telvent, which provides software into the grid, into pipeline networks. And at first, the thinking was this was IP theft because so many of these hacks were coming for IP commercial
now it's security.
theft. Now it's prepositioning,
and
that is
domination.
a huge
Scary.
pivot. Right.
Scary.
And the idea is they want leverage, and this is how they're trying to get it.
And imagine an all-at-once attack.
And how about the balloon?
Water, power, everything all at once.
Buying farmland all around our military facilities. It's frightening.
Yeah, it's what we call the everything, everywhere, all at once cyber scenario that we have to start planning for, really. And a lot of it comes down to some of it's basic cyber hygiene. A lot of it's intel sharing between the public-private sector. A lot of it is private companies realizing they now have to hunt for these Chinese hackers in their systems.